Welcome to the Chop Seat, where Bravescountry meets the big leagues. Your host Vic is here to break down everything from truest part to the top of the standings across the league. From walk-offs to wild trades, this is your seat for everything baseball, but a heavy dose of chop. So grab your glove and settle in, because the Chop Seat is open.
Welcome to the Chop Seat, your favorite place for Braves, baseball, and the rest of the league. I'm your host, Vic, and today is Tuesday, July 22nd. We got some catching up to do. I wasn't able to record yesterday. That's my bad. That's a E6 on my behalf. But we're going to talk about what happened during the weekend. We had some new series start yesterday on Monday. We're going to briefly dive into those. Just look at the scores. Nothing too crazy. We'll talk about those on either Thursday or Friday. But we're going to talk about the Braves series over the weekend, and then we're going to look at the upcoming Braves series. Before we do that, I want to thank you guys for continuing to tune into the show, following the show, sharing it, showing love on all platforms, even on TikTok. You guys have been showing me plenty of love, so I appreciate that. So without further ado, let's head into our first segment.
It's time for Tomahawk Takes.
It's time for Tomahawk Takes, where we take a look at the previous Braves series. And Tomahawk Takes is brought to you by SeatGeek. Use code CHOPSY, as you can see below, to save yourself $20 off your first purchase. Again, use code CHOPSY to save $20 off your first purchase. Save them $20. Get yourself a drink on the house, courtesy of the Chopsy. So again, use code CHOPSY to save $20 off your first purchase. So we had a series over the weekend. It was the first one after the All-Star break, and it was against the New York Yankees. The Braves definitely had a tough task when it came at hand. We were hoping that they would be able to win the series, at least take 2 out of 3. But that's not what happened. The Braves dropped 2 out of 3 against the Yanks. But we had some good signs. I got to say, we did have some good signs. The first one was Michael Harris II. He finally draws a walk. That was his first walk since May 18th. It took 179 plate appearances for him to get a walk. That sounds crazy. I know it sounds crazy, since May 18th. And that was actually the game that I was at Fenway Park, which is insane, if I'm not mistaken. So just put that into perspective. That's kind of when the show actually started. So it's kind of scary. But it's a good sign, though. Like I said, that's a positive sign. And the other positive sign was Ozzy Albies had himself a series. He had 2 3-run homers. He had 1 in game 1. He had 4 RBIs total that game. Game 2, he went 2 for 4 with, like I said, another 3-run homer, 5 RBIs driven in that one. He also had a walk and a stolen base. 0 for 4 on Monday. But overall, 0 for 4 on Sunday. But overall in the series, he had 5 runs scored, 9 runs batted in. So, and I said, remember, before on the Braves forecast for our last episode, that's who we need to get rolling. These 2 guys need to get rolling. Ozzy Albies and Michael Harris. They're going to make a difference in the lineup, take pressure off the big bats if they're able to do what they're supposed to do. And we saw that, man. I mean, the Braves scored 7 runs in game 1. They won that one 7-3. Spencer Strider was on the mound. He got the win. He's now 4-7. With a 3.59 ERA. He went 6 innings, 3 hits, no runs, 3 walks, and 8 Ks. He seems to be back to normal, which is good to see. It was Ian Hamilton opening up for the Yanks. He went 1 inning, 3 hits, 3 earned runs, 1 walk. It was pretty much Braves in this one. We're not going to look too much into it. A good offensive showing, good, nice, balanced offensive showing. Spencer Strider, he does his thing, keeps the Yankees offense on hold. And the only thing I'm going to say is there was some good defensive plays also by the Braves in this one. We had Nacho Alvarez. He had a heck of a play running into the tarp, catching a fly ball late in the game. That was nice. I believe Jurickson Profar had another good play in this one. Ronald Acuna Jr., man, this dude was phenomenal. If you haven't seen the play, you've probably seen it. It's been all over the place. I believe it was runners on first and second. 1 out, fly ball out to right field. He's literally a step away from the warning track on the far end, right on the grass. Catches a fly ball flat-footed, standing still. He throws over to third. The runner from second to second. I think it was Yorbit Vivas, if I'm not mistaken. He throws over the third, 380 feet in the air. Nacho Alvarez, he did a nice job of selling it, making believe no throw was coming in. Vivas does not slide for whatever reason. He got too cocky there for a second. Got too cocky, and Acuna makes a perfect throw. Nacho Alvarez catches the ball right on target, applies a tag, ending double play. Dude, it was insane. It was just an insane play. It might be one of the best throws we've seen in our lifetime, to be honest. We've seen the highlights of the Roberto Clemente throw. Was it Jose Guillen also? We've seen one. We actually saw that one. Raul Mondesi has some good throws out there, but dude, Mookie Betts had one a few years ago. But he was actually moving. It wasn't flat-footed the way that Ronnie was, going away from the bag, away from your body, flat-footed, making that throw to third. Perfect throw to third, dude. It's insane. So if you haven't seen it, make sure you guys go and see it. But I'm pretty sure you guys know what I'm talking about. That was game one. Game two, Braves were in control in this game for a while, man. For at least more than half of the game, I think, or at least half of the game. They were in control. They had a 5-0 lead early. Then they had another 5-run lead. It was 7-2. But they were not able to hold on. The bullpen collapses. And I've been saying the bullpen hasn't been that bad. But the times that they've been bad, man, it's been a historic collapse for the bullpen. We saw what happened when they faced the Arizona Diamondbacks and they choked that final game of the series. That was so bad. Like, it still can't get over it. This was kind of similar to it. The bullpen gives up 12 runs in total. Joey Wentz, who started the game, and I said that we wanted him to at least go 3. He actually goes 4 innings, 2 hits allowed, no runs allowed, 1 walk and 2 Ks. So he did his job, man. And this is his second appearance, his first one starting. And it was his first start since 2023. Last start he had was in 2023 when he was with the Detroit Tigers. But yeah, he did phenomenal, man. He kept the offense at bay, and for the most part, the Braves were taking care of things on offense as well. And it looked like they were about to win game 2 and win the series, but that's not how it went down. You'll see why shortly. But for the Yankees, it was Will Warren pitching. He went 3 2/3, 5 hits, 5 runs, all those earned, 3 walks and 5 Ks. But the real Bronx Bombers came out in this one. Anthony Volpe, he had 2 homers. He had a 2-run shot and then a solo homer. I was about to say Clay Bellinger. Cody Bellinger, Belly, he hits 1 homer in this one. And then Trent Grisham with a big dagger grand slam on the top of the ninth off of Raisel Iglesias, who throws a little slider. I don't know why. They say he wasn't going to throw the slider. I don't know why he goes back to the slider. That slider has been getting crushed all year. And he tried to get cute with it or something. I don't know why he decided to go with it, but he threw it, and it was crushed. Trent Grisham, again, provides the dagger for the Yankees against the Braves. Another good sign, though, like I said, Michael Harris, he was able to hit a homer in this one. He had a 2-run homer. I said earlier, Ozzie Albies, he had another 3-run homer in this one. Wander Suero for the bullpen. Here, this is how the bullpen went. Wander Suero, he gave up 2 runs. Enio de los Santos, he gave up 4, 3 earned. Pierce Johnson, he came in, he gave up a homer. So did Dylan Lee, who's been pretty good so far the entire season, but he's been struggling a bit as of late. He gave up a homer. And then Iglesias, he gave up that mammoth grand slam to Grisham. Again, he tried to get cute with it, throwing that slider that's not breaking, that's just hanging in there. Right? Just stop throwing it, bro. Stop throwing it. Just you said they say he wasn't gonna throw it. I don't know why you went out there and threw it again. So stop with the slider, man, please. He's probably gonna get traded anyways. We'll see how the Braves are doing in a week or two. But the only guy that did not give up a run in this game coming out the bullpen was Rafael Montero. He was able to do his thing. But yeah, that's how nice comeback by the Yankees. You got to give them credit. They started hitting bombs and putting good at bats together, chipping away slowly. They were chipping away slowly. Once it was 7-2, you might have thought, all right, here we go. We're gonna win this one, but it's not over till it's over. And they were able to chip away at the lead and then hit that big mammoth grand slam at the end on the top of the ninth. So that you got to give them credit to them. Hats off to them. That's how game 2 went down. And then game 3, Yankees win this one and they win the series 4-2. It was Marcus Stroman on the mound. And this guy surprised me, man. He was cooking, bro. He was cooking. I'm thinking he's gonna get rocked all game. Heading into the game, I'm thinking he's gonna get rocked, but he did his thing. He held it down. He won 6 innings, 5 hits, 1 run only. Only 1 run allowed. No walks, 4 Ks. He's now 2-1 with a 5.64 ERA. It was Grant Holmes for the Braves. He's now 4-9. He got the L on this one, 3.81 ERA. He went 6 innings, 7 hits, 3 runs, all 3 earned, 2 walks, and 2 Ks. So he wasn't on. You could see that early. And Grant Holmes, he was not on, but he only gave up 3 runs. He still gave the offense a chance to be able to do something nice and score some runs and might, maybe win the game. But, the offense in this one was pretty much dead. Dane Dunning, he also pitched for the Braves in this. Remember, he was just picked up from the Rangers. He pitched 3 innings, 2 hits, 1 earned a run, 1 walk, and 2 Ks. So it wasn't too bad of an appearance for him. He's going to probably continue to have some longer outings just like that, going 3 innings or more. Aaron Judge, he hit a solo. Not a solo. He hit a 2-run homer. That was number 36 of the season for him. Number 351 of his career. He's now tied with A-Rod for the most, not for the most, but on the all-time list, the all-time Yankees list. Stan, he went 3 for 5. For the Braves, 2 runs, they came via a Matt Olson solo shot and then a Ronald Acuna Jr. Solo shot. And that's now 9 consecutive losses for the Braves on a Sunday. Last time the Braves won on a Sunday was when I was in person at Fenway Park. So I might have to go to a Sunday game, man. I might have to fly out wherever the heck they're playing and go to a Sunday game. I'm going to be at Citi Field next month. It's going to be on a Thursday, though. So I might have to find a way to hit up a Sunday game ASAP. Might be this weekend. Who knows? Because that might be the way to end the streak, guys. I'm starting to think that might be the way to end the streak. But anyways, that's the way the series went down. Braves dropped 2 out of 3 to the New York Yankees. We've had some trade rumors brewing, man. Some trade rumors brewing. This is how they start. This is how the rumors started. Stuart Fairchild, he was DFA'd. And then the Braves brought up catcher Sandy Leon. So now they're carrying 3 catchers. And I forgot to say it, but during this series, Marcell Ozuna, he only started once. Might have been the last game. Yeah, it was the last game when he faced Stroman. So they've been going heavy with the Sean Murphy and Drake Baldwin platoon, pretty much platooning from catcher and DH. So they've been going heavy with that. Ozuna's been on the bench. And then after that game on Sunday, they asked Snicker pretty much what's going on with Ozuna. And Snicker said that, he's going to be putting him in for certain matchups. So essentially he's saying that he's not going to get as much playing time anymore. Only if the matchups are favorable, and if he's still going to be on the team, he's going to, plug him in there, here and there. So that's pretty much what he said. Essentially, Ozuna has lost the DH spot. And, we know he has a hip issue. Then they said that he's fine, that he's feeling good. I don't believe it. I still think he's dealing with the hip issue. So now they're saying that they brought up Sandy Leon just in case, excuse me, a little burp there. I'm drinking a little tea. Just in case one of the catchers gets hurt, you have him as a backup now on the MLB roster, which kind of means you really don't need Ozuna now if you're going to go heavy with the catchers DHing. So my thing is, who are you going to get for Ozuna, though? Because teams know that. Last thing he said was that he's feeling good and whatnot, but I don't know. You're not going to get much for him, honestly, especially if teams know he's hurt. I don't know. Don't you even got to go through a physical or something? So I don't know how that's going to go if they decide to trade him. And I know he also has 10-5 rights, 10 years in the league, 5 years with a certain team. So he's able to veto any trade that he wants. So, I mean, I don't know how that's going to go. I mean, is he going to be a team player for one last time and agree to a certain deal? Or, does it have to be somewhere that he's going to want to be at? I think his family lives in Florida. I think he has a Florida home. So I don't know, maybe Tampa Bay might be it. be close to home. I wouldn't say the Marlins. Going back to he started with the Marlins, I believe. So maybe going back to Miami Marlins, but they're not. They're doing better than the Braves, but are they a real serious contender? At least the Tampa Bay Rays are much more of a contender. So, I mean, I don't know. It'll be interesting to see what happens with the Big Bear. Some people were saying maybe Murphy's going to get traded, but I don't know. I don't know. I can't really. I don't know what to speculate on. I'm pretty sure Raisel Iglesias is going to get traded. If the Braves continue to play bad like this. Maybe Aaron Bummer. I wouldn't mind if Aaron Bummer gets traded. Pierce Johnson. I mean, I don't mind them staying. I don't know. I don't really mind them staying, but if you gotta deal him, that's fine. I want you to keep Dylan Lee. Rafael Montero, I mean, we picked him up from the scrap pile pretty much when the Astros paid for pretty much the rest of his salary for the year. So I mean, if you could flip him and get something nice, flip into one of these contending teams, it'll be interesting to see. But we still gotta wait and see what Alex Anthopoulos does, how he pulls the trigger, and what kind of matchups or what kind of moves he makes. And I wouldn't mind if we do kind of a move like the Detroit Tigers last year. They were 5 games under, I believe, when at the deadline. And remember, they traded Jack Flaherty, traded a whole bunch of other guys, Andrew Chafin and some other guys. And then, dude, they took off. They took off, and look, they were able to get a playoff spot, and they went farther than what we were giving them credit for. And I wouldn't mind seeing something like that where you trade some pieces off, but you still get something back, or you let some other guys play, and hey, you turn it around. So I mean, we'll see what happens. We got to give it a few more days, a week, and see how the Braves are doing, and see if they start doing a little bit more, playing a little bit better. Might correct if they correct their course. I mean, you might see more aggressive moves from Anthopoulos, but we'll see. We're gonna have to wait and see, like I said. Anyways, that is it for Tomahawk Takes, and now we're gonna head into our next segment.
It's time for the MLB.
It's time for the MLB, where we take a look at the action from around the league. And we had some really, really good series. This was one that I had highlighted. It was the Boston Red Sox at the Chicago Cubs. The Cubs, they win game 1, 4-1. They win game 2. They shut out the Boston Red Sox 6-0. But then the Red Sox, they come back in game 3. They salvage the series. They win this one 6-1. Gary Crochet, he goes 6 innings, 1 run allowed. He now has a 2.19 ERA. Wilyer Abreu, he went yard twice for the Red Sox, helping them in the win. Then we go to the Chicago White Sox at the Pittsburgh Pirates. The Chicago White Sox, they get their first road sweep since 2022. They won the first game 10-1, second one 10-4, and then the final game 7-2. So congrats to the Chicago White Sox. And I believe they were the final team to get a sweep this year. So congratulations to them. Then we go to Washington. The Nationals hosting the Padres. The Padres win 2 out of 3 in this one. They win game 1, 7-2. Nationals come back, win 4-2. And then game 3, the Padres win 8-1. Bogarts, Xander Bogarts, he had a grand slam in the first inning. That set the tone for that ball game. Then we go to Philly. The Philadelphia Phillies hosting the LA Angels. The Angels, they actually win this series. Impressive to see from them. They win the first game 6-5. Philly, they come back and win the second one 9-5. And then the rubber matchup, the Angels win this one 8-2. A little bit of Phillies news. They have signed David Robertson for the rest of the season. I think it's a prorated salary of $5 million. So, I mean, nice little reunion there with David Robertson and the Philadelphia Phillies. And I think he actually, isn't he the one that he's his own agent now, David Robertson? So, I mean, he negotiated his deal there. So, good to see from him. Then we go to the San Francisco Giants at the Toronto Blue Jays. The Blue Jays, they end up sweeping this one. That makes it 5 L's in a row for the San Francisco Giants. Toronto stays hot. They win the first game 4-0, second one 6-3. The final game 8-6 to cement the sweep. Then we go to Citi Field in Queens. The Cincinnati Reds facing the New York Mets. The Reds actually end up winning this series. They won the first game 8-4. They get a 4-game winning streak in game 2 after winning that one 5-2. But then the Mets come back and win the final game of the series to avoid the sweep. They win this one 3-2. Luis Torrens delivers a go-ahead hit in the 8th. That scores Juan Soto, and that's how the Mets win the final game of the series. Then we go to Cleveland Guardians hosting the Athletics. The Guardians win game 2 8-2. And it was whoever scored 8 runs in this series was going to win, and that's what happened in game 3. The Guardians, they scored 8. They allowed 2 runs, 8-2 victory for them, and that's how they win that series. Then we go to Kansas City at Miami. 8-7 victory for the Marlins. They walked that one off in 10 innings. Two of the set, 3-1. But then the Royals come back and avoid the sweep. They win 7-4. Then we go to Tampa Bay. Tampa Bay Rays hosting the Baltimore Orioles. The Orioles, they lose the first game. They lose that one 11-1. They also lose the second one 3-4. But they come back and win to avoid the sweep in game 3. A 5-3 victory from them. Texas Rangers at the Detroit Tigers. Detroit Tigers at the Texas Rangers. Rangers shut the Tigers out in game 1, 2-0 victory for them. The Tigers lose game 2 of the series 4-1. That gave them a 6-game losing streak, but they were able to snap that one in game 3. Tarek Skubal on the mound. They win this one 2-1, of course, and that's how it goes. Next, we have the Minnesota Twins at the Colorado Rockies. The Rockies, they win game 1, 6-4. They win game 2, 10-6. And then the Twins come back to avoid the sweep. They win that one 7-1. St. Louis Cardinals at the Arizona Diamondbacks. The D-backs, they sweep this series. They win the first one 7-3. Second one 10-1. And then the final game 5-3. Eugenio Suarez, he hits homer number 34 and 35 of the season in that ball game. And then 2 more series, one that we had highlighted, of course. Actually, both of these we had highlighted. It was the Houston Astros at the Seattle Mariners. The Mariners trying to make some ground over here with the Astros. They do by winning game 1, 6-1. They walk it off in game 2, 7-6. It took 11 innings for that one. But then the Astros come back and they win game 3, 11-3 victory for them. Then we go to the Milwaukee Brewers, the red hot Brewers. Remember, they had swept the Dodgers from the last series right before the All-Star break. They were facing the Dodgers once again. Guess what? The Brewers, they win game 1. They shut out the Dodgers 2-0. Game 2 was a tight one, but they end up winning this one still 8-7. And then guess what? The Brewers, the Brew crew, they stay hot. They sweep the Dodgers by beating them 6-5. That's the second time they sweep them this season. That's a 10-game winning streak for the Brew crew. Shohei Ohtani, he hit homer number 34 in this one. Dodgers threatened a little bit at the end, but the Brewers are able to hold on and pull off the sweep again. 10 wins in a row for them. And that's how the action was from around the league during the weekend. We had some series that started yesterday. Actually, everyone was playing yesterday. As I mentioned before, sometimes teams are off on Monday. We know how that goes. It's either Monday or Thursday. But obviously, we had the All-Star break. Everyone's rested, so everyone was playing yesterday. These were the series. These were the series that started. There's a 4-game set between the Baltimore Orioles and the Cleveland Guardians. The Guardians win game 1, 10-5. Detroit Tigers at Pittsburgh. The Pittsburgh Pirates, they shut out Detroit 3-0. San Diego at Miami. San Diego wins that one 2-1. Cincinnati Reds at Washington. Washington Nationals win that one 10-8. Boston Red Sox at Philly, facing the Phillies. The Phillies walked that one off in 10 innings, 3-2 victory for them. Keep an eye on that Boston-Philly series. Keep an eye on this one as well. This is probably the best one that's going to be going on during the week. It was the New York Yankees at the Toronto Blue Jays, a battle for first place. If the Yankees sweep this one, they were able to tie the Toronto Blue Jays. top of the AL East, but that is not how it goes down. Toronto wins their 11th straight home game. They win this one 4-1. So it's kind of looking like they got the Yankees number this season. We'll see how the season series continues to go on. The Angels will be in Queens facing the Mets. The Mets won game 1, 7-5. The Chicago White Sox at Tampa Bay. The White Sox, they continue to roll. They win this one 8-3. Kansas City Royals at the Chicago Cubs. The Royals win that one 12-4. The Athletics are in Texas facing the Rangers. The Rangers win that one 7-2. St. Louis Cardinals at Colorado. Cardinals win that one 6-2. Houston Astros at the Arizona Diamondbacks. That's going to be another good series. The Astros win that one 6-3. The Milwaukee Brewers, they continued their streak. They have now won 11 games in a row because they beat the Seattle Mariners 6-0. And then Minnesota at the LA Dodgers. The Dodgers win that one 5-2. We have a series with the Braves, San Francisco Giants facing the Atlanta Braves at Truist Park. And we'll see that in our next segment shortly. But let's take a quick look at the standings as of today, because again, like I said, all these series started yesterday. So let's take a quick look at the standings. We're going to start with the NL East right now. The NL East is as follows. The Phillies are in first place, 57-43. The Mets, 57-44, half a game back. The Miami Marlins still holding on to that third place spot, 46-53, but they're 10.5 games back. Your Atlanta Braves, 44-55. They're 12.5 games back. The Washington Nationals, 40-60, 17 games back in last place in the NL East. Milwaukee Brewers are now atop the NL Central. They are now 60-40, the hottest team in baseball. 11 wins in a row. They have taken over. The Cubs are now in second place, 59-41. They're a game back. 52-49 are your Cincinnati Reds. They're 8.5 games back. And the Cardinals with an identical record. And then the Pittsburgh Pirates, 40-61. They are 20.5 games back. In the National League West, the Dodgers atop that one, 59-42. The Padres, 55-45, 3.5 games back. The San Francisco Giants, they are on a 6-game slide. I'll just say it now. I won't wait till the Braves forecast. The Braves actually beat them in the first game last night. That was good to see. The Giants, again, 6-game slide. They are now 52-49, 7 games back. Arizona Diamondbacks, 50-51. They are 9 games back. And talking about the Diamondbacks, man, I've heard that the team has said that they will be sellers come the trade deadline. So it's going to be interesting to see. Colorado Rockies all the way down there, 34.5 games back. Sheesh, 24-76. Then we go to the American League East. Toronto Blue Jays atop that one, 4 games, 1 in a row. Like I said, 11 games at home, 1 consecutively. They're 59-41. New York Yankees behind them by 4 games, 55-45. The Boston Red Sox, they're 54-48 in third place. They're 6 games back. Tampa Bay Rays, 52-49, 7.5 games back. And then the Baltimore Orioles, same record as the Rays, 44-55, 14.5 games back. The Detroit Tigers, they're 60-41. They're atop their division, the AL Central. Cleveland Guardians, 49-50, 10 games back. Kansas City, 49-52, 11 games back. Minnesota, 48-52, 11.5 games back. Chicago White Sox, 36-65, 24 games back. And then the last division, last but not least, the AL West. Houston Astros in first, 58-42. Seattle Mariners, 53-47. They're 5 games back. Texas Rangers, 51-50, 7.5 games back. The Angels still flirting with trying to be at 500. They're 49-51, 9 games back. Athletics, 42-60, 17 games back. So at the moment, the hottest team in baseball is the best team in baseball. The Milwaukee Brewers, the Brew Crew, with the best record in baseball. Again, 60-40, a 600 winning percentage. Congratulations to the Brew Crew. Let's see if they can keep it rolling. This is how the wild card. Actually, I'm not gonna do wild card right now. We're gonna do wild card next Monday. We'll let it flow for now. Just know the Braves are 10.5 back from the final spot. when it comes to the wild card. So that is it for the MLB. Let's head into our final segment.
It's time for your Braves forecast.
It's time for the Braves forecast, where we take a look at the upcoming Braves series. And, I just mentioned the Braves are facing the San Francisco Giants, the struggling Giants who had lost 5 in a row coming into the series. They lost yesterday. Braves win that one 9-5. It was started by Bryce Elder. He's now 4-6 with a 5.63 ERA. Hayden Birdsong went for the Giants. He's now 4-4. He took the loss. He didn't get a single out in the first inning. Kid was struggling. 1 hit allowed, 5 runs, 5 earned. He had 4 walks in this one. He now has a 4.80 ERA. It became a bullpen game for the Giants. For the Braves, as I mentioned, Bryce Elder, he got the win. He went 5 innings, 8 hits allowed, but he was able to only allow 3 runs, 3 walks, and 1 strikeout. He now has a 5.63 ERA. So that's how it went in game 1. Braves put up 9, though. Braves put up 9. Good to see the offense flowing. Drake Baldwin had himself a game. He had a 2-run, no, not a 2-run double. He had a 3-run double, bases clearing double in the first. He had a total of 6 RBIs. He went 3 for 5, 2 runs scored. Great game from Drake Baldwin. Ozzie Albies, he went 1 for 2, 2 walks. He drove 1 in as well. Nick Allen, he went 1 for 4, 2 runs driven in. Though it was good to see. I mean, Jurickson Profar, he drew 2 walks. Matt Olson, he went 1 for 4, 2 runs scored, 1 walk. Acuna had 3 walks, 1 hit, scored 3 runs. So it was a really nice and balanced showing from the offense, and this is what you want to see from them, man. This is what you want to see from this offense, and hopefully they can continue to put it together. Tonight's game is going to be started at 7:15 for the Giants. It's going to be Landon Roop? Yeah, Landon Roop is going to be starting that one. He's 6-6 with a 3.27 ERA. Davis Daniel is starting for the Braves. Let's see how far he can go into the ball game. Hopefully he can do the same thing as Joey Wentz and give us 4 innings in that one, at least 4, and then try to piece it together by the bullpen. And then game 3 of the series is going to be on Wednesday. That's going to be our early bird special, 12:15 start time. It's going to be Justin Verlander. He's 0-8 with a 4.99 ERA. He's going to be looking for his first win of the season. He's going up against Spencer Strider, who's 4-7 with a 3.59 ERA. So, I mean, we might be facing the Giants at the best time that we can. They had a 6-game losing streak currently. The Braves are starting to score runs, putting a lot of runs together on the board, which has got a lot of crooked numbers on the box score. So that is good to see. Let's see if they can continue to do it, man. Continue to do it. Play some good baseball heading into the trade deadline. That's the next date that we have to look at on the calendar. I mean, we were trying to see if the Braves got closer to 500 before the All-Star break. They weren't able to do that. So, yeah, this is the next date. This is it right here, man. This is it right here in the next 2 weeks. Yeah, not even 2 weeks. How many days are there left now? It might be like 8 days left now. So, I mean, we'll see. We'll see if they can play, win the majority of those games. You win the majority of those games, you'll be closer to 500. And, you might be able to make a few moves, to aggressive moves, making yourself a buyer / a seller at the same time. And maybe you can piece some things together. So we'll see. We'll see how the Braves do. Hopefully they are able to win, at least win this series and get back on the right path when it comes to winning some series and winning some ball games. So that's all I have for today. Thank you guys for continuing to tune in. If you have a baseball lover in your life, send this show to them. Share it as much as you can. Make sure to follow us on Instagram at the Chop Seat Pod. We're on Twitter, the Chop Seat, TikTok, the Chop Seat, YouTube, the Chop Seat. And if you want to hit us up via email, it's thechopseat@gmail.com. So we're going to keep throwing out some shorts out there. I see people love the shorts more than sitting down and watching me talk for, what are we in now? 35 minutes right now. So we're going to keep throwing some some shorts, probably some of the highlights of today's episode. We'll do it like that. And then if you guys have any comments or anything, make sure to drop them in any of the social pages. So once again, thank you guys for tuning in. We'll talk to you next time, either Thursday or Friday. I know the Braves are off Thursday, so it might be Friday. We'll see. I'll let you guys know. You guys will get notified when a new episode comes out. In the meantime, take care, guys, and I will see you next time.